Hello everyone and welcome to another weather update. Wow, what a couple of days of weather we've got coming up. Yes, we've got Storm Eunice, I think that's where Storm Dudley's now passed overnight. It's left loads of a bit of wind today, but yeah, it's a calmer day today. Yesterday it was quite stormy for Scotland in the second half of the day, but yeah, we are back. We're back. The first one since the 26th of January, so it's been 3 weeks. I think we've got enough to go on today to talk about stuff. So yes, we're going to start off with looking at the Fife Weather website, and we will be going through the models, and we'll be having a look at some warnings and the forecast with precipitation and temperature and various other things as well. And there is a bit of snow coming tomorrow, quite a bit actually, probably the most of the winter so far, probably definitely. There's not much competition, to be honest, but yes, we will be taking a look at that a little bit later on. But yeah, first of all, we've got the, I thought I'd bring up to date with the Scottish Fife sort of statistics. This is going to be mainly focused on Scotland. Today we will be focusing a little bit on England because they have got a little bit of interesting weather coming to tomorrow as well. Yes, it's going to be a lively weekend, not just for England, a lively weekend, not just for England, but it will be a lively weekend, especially on Friday for Scotland with the snowfall. Still a bit windy as well. So yeah, that's we're gonna have a look at that. But I thought I'd bring you up to date with what the temperatures are. We aren't really breaking records with maximum temperatures. So far, February 2019, we have got 14.3. I imagine we're going to be staying stationary around 10 degrees. We may go up to 11 degrees with the maximum temperature, but I don't imagine we'll be doing so. In January, we did reach 12.7 degrees though, and that was probably one of the warmest Januaries on record for Scotland anyway, because it was quite mild in Scotland, even more so than England. Yes, so the minimum temperature, I don't see this getting broken much. Last February, we did break the February minimum temperature. We almost broke the December to Remember's minimum temperature as well. Almost did it. That clear night, I think it was sometime last February. This February is very different. It's kind of similar to February 2020, a little bit similar. I do think it's a little bit colder though than February 2020. February 2020 was quite a mild-ish month, zonality. You know, it was quite a mild zonal month. A little bit of cool bits here and there, but that had storm after storm after storm. This has got more like, you know, storm after storm, but then a break with dry. This is probably going to be the stormiest week of the year, probably actually, even more so than the autumn upcoming. Probably, I'm guessing, but we'll see. There's a long time to go this year. But yeah, the minimum temperature is set at minus 2.4 for this year. I don't think that's going to go much lower. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe on Saturday morning it might go a little bit lower, but I don't see that breaking records this month, especially with the polar vortex still going strong. I definitely don't think we're going to get any easterly winds or blocking until at least March, middle of March probably. I don't think. Average temperature set at 4.7, so not extremely mild, not extremely cold either. It's probably going to be close to one of the mildest Februaries, probably the top 5. But then again, we have got quite a few cold days coming up, so it might be low 4s at the end of the month, considering it's cold zonality and it's not high pressure. Even though we might get a little bit at the end of the month, but yeah, we're certainly not going to be breaking February 2019 records, where that was a very mild February, and I don't think we're going to get anywhere near like as cold as last year. And precipitation is sitting at 41.8, but I will show you in a minute. Today it has increased quite a bit. So yeah, as we see here, something that is remarkable though is last February 2020 is the wettest, and last February 2021, almost came close, and that is the last two Februaries that are the wettest, and both of them were the wettest since 2011 as well. And we haven't had a lot of wet Februaries since 2010 actually. We had 2010 and 2011, then we didn't really have any over 100 mils until February 2020 with that PV of doom, as they call it, or as it's called around the weather community. But yeah, this is this is looking like it might go over 100. It'd be very, very weird if but then that's the weather for you. It would be very, very weird if this did go over 100 mils, and it's looking like it might do. It might even break February 2021, but we'll see, because it is looking pretty wet over the next 2 weeks, or next week and a half, because I forget there's only 28 days in February. And that's weird as well. It is the shortest month of the year, and yet it's appeared in the top 10 wettest months. in the last 3 years, or well, we think it will probably be in the top 10 wettest months. I think that's my fingers crossed. And in my winter forecast, I did predict that this might be one of the wettest Februaries on record as well. So that is one aspect of the winter forecast that I got possibly correct, and it is going to be quite a stormy February as I predicted in the winter forecast. Yes. So I did show you how much rainfall we did actually appear today. We have got 21 extra millimeters of rain today, so that brings the total up to 63. So if we go back to this, you can probably see that that's probably sitting around here now. So that's probably just over halfway through the month, but yet tomorrow we're going to get a little bit of showery rain. Then Friday, it really depends. I don't think snow adds to this that much. It probably doesn't, but yeah. Yeah, so if the snow obviously turns to rain, which it probably won't on Friday, then it will add to it, but I don't see that adding to it. What comes after that will probably add to this up to 100 mils. You might even see by this time next week it'll be above 100 mils, and then we'll see where we go for the last 5 days of the month. Okay, this is the wind flow map at 7 a.m. on Thursday. So this is around time the video goes up. I'm recording this at around midnight, but yeah, I will be putting this up around 6 or 7 a.m. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, we can see here we are bringing in these westerly winds, a very, very blustery westerly winds. Still got a little bit of wind, strong winds on the east coast there, but as we see here, they are ramping up again, and we will see stronger winds coming in. Can we have a look at the wind speed, wind gusts? There we go. You can see here that the wind gusts are in red, so we are up to about 40 to 50 miles per hour. And if we go here on Friday, you can go down here and you can see we're in the purples. We're up to above 60 miles per hour anyway. This not scaled very well, but yeah, still very, very strong winds into the reds as well with normal wind speeds as well. Going to be a very lively Friday down in the south. I do not want to be down there looking at the models for Friday. So yeah. We go there 7 o'clock out, you can see that that's coming back in. And today in Scotland it's going to be blustery, so 40 to 50 miles per hour. I hope not, because I'm going to have a live stream today and I've seen how much it was earlier on. Yes, I'm not going to talk about that because this is my second channel. I don't talk about live streams on my gaming channel. I could do, but I don't. Yes, this is the wind speed forecast then with UKV. So we're seeing here 40 miles per hour currently. If we enable the hover, where is it? There it is. There we go. Yeah, so you see here it just stays blustery the whole day. 50 mile per hour getting into Dundee there. We keep going through 40 to 50, sometimes dropping below 40, but most of the time it's between 40 and 50. They do calm down a little bit on Thursday night, and if we continue going, you see here, this is Storm Eunice coming in. You see here over 100 miles per hour in the sea as well. Wow. And we can bring this in and we can see here that between 70 and 80, even 90 miles per hour in Wales. Wow. And we can keep going with this. And yes, 80 miles per hour in the London area. Wow, that's going to be very disruptive. Yes. And Scotland, 25 to 30 miles per hour. Still windy, and snow is going to be an issue on Friday for Scotland. And we keep going. We see a little bit of winds going with Northern England on Saturday morning, and we keep going. And look at this, Sunday the winds ramp up 50 to 60 miles per hour in Scotland on Sunday evening. So yes, so what I'm doing is Friday I'm supposed to be travelling, and Sunday I'm supposed to be travelling. It's going to go wrong both ways, I can see it happening. Yes, and yeah, Monday, wow, 60 miles per hour on Monday possibly as well. Wow, it's going to be a very windy week coming up. Wow. The other thing to contend with is snow in the north. This is something that's something to really watch, even with the winds in the south. But for Scotland, it is the snow to watch now. Storm Dudley has passed. We can see here that the snow just gradually. Don't take these seriously because these are hardly ever accurate. But this is just a general idea of what they think might happen. You see here that snow starts to build across like the Pennines and stuff, and Snowdonia and stuff like that, and obviously the Highlands that already have snow from the last few days. And you see here it starts to build up as this Storm Eunice starts building up. So it's around 8-9 o'clock on Friday morning that the snow starts to pile up. It's probably snowing before that at 6 o'clock, but they're probably just, taking time to add it. But this is going to be coming down very heavy. Like, it's going to be coming down very fast, not like an easterly. Probably just so much at one time. And we can see here that around Dundee, 15 centimetres, parts of 14 centimetres, Edinburgh, 5 centimetres. So not not a hell of a lot, you know, it's not like 40, 50 centimetres we had this time last year. But then again, they were saying stuff like this time last year, so we can't take anything seriously. It might be a dud, or it could be pretty severe, which I'm thinking it could be quite severe for certain parts anyway. Certainly going to be like transport off and stuff like that, power cuts probably, and you see here it really starts to build up in the hills on Saturday. You can see here showers are still coming in though, and you can see here that's still building up, so we've not got much of a thaw on Saturday, so it'll still be on the ground and we keep going. And then eventually on Sunday, as it starts raining, and then it's mainly confined to the hills, but like still showers here and there next week probably. If we have a look at the current weather radar, we can see here that a lot of snow, rain in below like Dundee area, probably anywhere from like below like that, like this line here is probably rain, or maybe a little bit of sleet as well. Very heavy showers, very prolonged as well in parts like Oban and stuff like that. Showers just everywhere, and those wind speeds are died down at this point at midnight, but they're still strong. You see here the greens and the reds are starting to appearing, even down to the central belt as well. So yeah, that's going to be one to keep an eye on, but it's going to be quite wet. You know, the last couple of days have been very wet. We've also got wind warnings and snow warnings. We've got an ice warning now for Thursday, valid from 11 o'clock today, at 11 o'clock like yesterday, the time of recording. So it's only another couple hours that's valid, and wind warning is from, well, that's already expired, I believe, yeah. But yeah, and we've got a new one. We've got wind and snow for Northern Ireland. We've got wind and snow for Scotland. That's probably going to get adjusted to amber, I imagine. I reckon parts of southern Scotland, I think parts of Fife and Dundee and stuff will be in yellow. Maybe not though. Maybe the Fife and stuff will get amber. And this is one to keep an eye on as well. This is a worrying one actually for England, even though we don't focus on England that often for these videos, just to make it a little bit different to the other ones. But we're going to focus on it today because it is a big part. People are saying it could be the worst storm in decades, so yeah, it could definitely be that. So yeah, I thought I'd mention it. And yeah, that's from 3 AM to 9 PM, and this could be red at a certain point. I imagine maybe Wales or like somewhere around Cornwall could be, because they are fairly populated areas, and 90 to 100 miles per hour as we saw. If we go back to UKV, where is it? This wind speed, you can see here that around about, yes, see that. Speeds of like 92 to 94 miles per hour, even close to 100. That's going to get red, surely. Surely that's going to be a red warning. That is just too dangerous. Storm Arwen was red, remember, when we did videos about 2 months ago. That was red, and that was only about 80 miles per hour, and that was Scotland. So you'd think that this would be red. Maybe they should invent a purple one, and that would be like extreme. See how we covered the warnings. Okay, let's have a look at the all-important chart data then. So this is the latest one from the UK Met Office actually. So let's have a look. Now, watch tomorrow's low pressure where it goes. There's still a tiny bit of adjusting to do with it, where the precipitation is going to be. So yeah, this is important. So this is where the low pressure is with the UK Met Office. It is sitting around about the Midlands. So if we have a look at the precipitation, you can see here that covers a large area of the country. I don't think the precipitation is very accurate, I'll be honest. I think it's more taking into account like the whole 6 hours. But yeah, we can see here that continues going into the evening. Very, very deep. That's something like, what, 970? Wow, that's stronger than Storm Kira 2 years ago. Wow. And that keeps going, and on Sunday we start to ramp the winds up for Scotland. A little bit high pressure building, but I think it's going to fail because the PV is too strong. So yeah, northwesterly winds, still quite cold, so maybe some snow showers coming to the north. And we keep going, and yes, it is looking pretty stormy. This is going to fly in, but a little bit of a high pressure building in there for Tuesday, Wednesday. But I still think it's going to be showery in the north, and it'll be dry in the south, thankfully. Because after Storm Eunice, it's going to be quite. They want dry weather for a long time. But after this whole dry winter so far, especially for the south, they finally get rain and wind, and yeah, they're never happy. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, It could be the strongest storm since 2011, cyclone 2011, December 2011, or it could be the strongest storm since October 1987. Wow, imagine that. I'm sure people that were around then will remember that. Wow. Yes, 100. I think it was like something like 100 mile per hour inland and 120 on coast. That's not far off. Not far off. It probably will be the strongest since then, though. Alright, we go on. This one is the icon. Now, this is a little bit different. This is important because this is telling us like Scotland may not get a lot, but icon has been the one that's been a bit bullish with bringing in this precipitation to the north. But it was the other day. It was sitting like around here. Like it was mostly like the Midlands that were getting like the massive snow events, but it's shifted north. I don't believe this in the slightest, even though they got the Christmas thing right, the Christmas flop, as we'll always remember it as. And yes, so they bring that away. Stays on settle, quite cold. Winter showers probably coming in, and then yes, very windy, even more windy than the UK Met Office suggests actually. So that's probably something like 50, 60 miles per hour rather than 40, 50. Wow, it's like 980 millibars. And yes, this comes in. This might be another named storm here. This one, Thursday 24th, but we'll see. This is looking quite nasty again, though. Wow, quite cold as well as the jet stream digs south and -5 ISO digs into Scotland. We'll have a look at the upper air temperatures on that one. Yes, -5 is starting to push in again. Wow. Alright, this is the GM, probably the most unreliable one out of the five that we show now. UK Met, GM, GFS, ECM, and Icon. This is probably the most unreliable one I've found. But yes, this one does have it a little bit further north actually, so this is probably the whole of Scotland getting covered rather than just the bottom half or bottom 2/3. But yeah, this is probably more for Scotland and probably is a little bit milder for Northern England and probably rain. So this pushes through. That goes into Scandinavia rather than this way, as it was suggested with the icon. But yeah, very strong winds. Look at this though, something like 97965 HPA. Wow, and that's going to bring some disruptive snowfall across Scandinavia as well. And we keep this going, and more windy weather Sunday into Monday. It's going to be a wild night again. But of course, Scotland's pretty much not going to have a lot of winds except for today, above like 40 miles per hour until Monday. It's the snow that we're concerned about, or the snow that we're worried about. I am, anyway, from my own personal stuff. And yes, actually, quite mild, actually. Especially for the south, but this Atlantic's looking quite strong. The PV goes on. There is signs in the stratosphere, by the way, that the PV might start to slow down with warmings over in like Siberia and stuff, and Europe side as well. So yeah, that is something to watch. So in March we could get a little bit of blocking going, some easterly winds with hail and snow showers. That would be typical, wouldn't it? I think it will happen though at the end of March, but I'm not predicting anything, especially after the winter forecast flopped. Alright, this is the ECM then. We've got the ECM ensembles now as well, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Yeah, so this is obviously bringing in, we'll have a look at precipitation. This is probably pretty much close to the UK Met Office, actually, very similar. And yes, again, we've got strong winds on Monday night, Sunday into Monday, sorry. And yes, that continues, and more windy weather. Like, it's not going to be below like 30 miles per hour until like at least next weekend probably. This is looking quite cold actually, I'd imagine. Yes, looking quite chilly actually, very Storm Arwen-esque. But yes, and yes, so a little bit of high pressure starting to build, but the Atlantic still got power in it. Still got power in it, and it's looking quite mild at this point, but could be a little bit spring-like, but still windy. Alright, I thought I'd show you the ECM ensembles then. So they are now in wetter central. I do find them a little bit bullish towards mild weather though. These ensembles, they always try and bring high pressure back, as they have done for the last 6 weeks. And how wrong have they been this week? Wow, absolute liar's nose face emoji. Yes, so that goes down to -5. This is a little bit wrong because why would it be snowing? Like, I think it'd probably be a little bit lower than that, to be honest. And yes, It's looking pretty mild, actually, close to average or mild, weirdly enough. But yeah, that's what the ECM's saying. I'm not going to pay attention to them too much because they have been pretty wrong with their monthly outlooks, as they mostly always will be. It's now raining. I can hear it. Let's have a look at the weather radar. Yes, it is definitely raining. Okay, let's have a look at GFS 12Z then. Sorry, yeah, 12Z, and then we'll have a look at the 18Z. I haven't seen the 18Z yet, actually. Yeah, so we're barreling this low pressure in, and we can see here that it's actually a little bit further north. It's actually a little bit further north, so this would be a lot more snow for like the central belt and stuff, compared to like what the other models said. Because the low pressure is centered maybe around like Leeds area, and it's probably like more heavier snow for like. I guess like the further north you go, the lighter the snow would be. That's probably why northern Scotland in some runs doesn't have a lot of snow. And yes, obviously windy again. This is more of a deeper low, 975 millibars over like Aberdeen area and stuff. But yeah, high pressure starts to build in, but it doesn't do very much. Probably a day or so of dry weather. So blustery though. And yes, that another developing low, we call this cyclogenesis or rapid cyclogenesis. Can't remember the exact term. But yeah, this is looking quite stormy into next weekend as well. But this is promoting the ridge, though. It's promoting the ridge, and it does show signs of the PV starting to fall away as we head into spring. And yes, this is starting to. It's still looking pretty windy, but very mild, very mild on the 4th of March. Probably even quite spring-like, but maybe a little bit unsettled in the north, though. The isobars aren't that spaced apart. They are more spaced apart, so it's probably not going to be as windy. But you know, that's 2.5 weeks away. If we have a look at the HPA temperature, this is looking. Actually, they do agree with the ECM though. They do agree with the ECM that high pressure will maybe build in around 27th of February. If we have a look at sea level pressure, we can see here, yes, exactly. The sea level pressure does seem to be rising around 22nd, but ECM in particular has been really hinting at the high pressure returning. Maybe they will be right. Maybe they will be right. But yeah. Let's have a look at snow depth then. Actually quite a lot, especially if we're done these 6 centimeters as well, and that's you know, give or take. It could be way above that, it could be way below that, but the idea of the average being around 6 centimeters is quite a lot for Dundee, I'll be honest. I think last February it was something like 10 they predicted, and they got like 40 centimeters, so yeah, or 30 to 40 centimeters, so yeah, you know, who knows what could happen. Anything could really happen. Have a look at dew points as well. You can see here they are below 0 for pretty much the rest of the weekend into the start of next week. So pretty much most things that fall out the sky will be snow over the next couple of days. Alright, let's have a look at the 18Z and then we're done. And then we'll be probably wrapping this up. It's been a fun video. Something to talk about at last. So yeah, this is wrapping it in. This is actually a little bit further north and a little bit deeper. That's worrying for England and Wales. This actually looks deeper than the 18Z. If we have a look at the 18Z, we go back to Friday. This actually looks a lot deeper. It looks like one circle deeper, doesn't it? This circle here that was just appearing through is looking like that's actually peering through more. Yes, and the heaviest stuff is in this purple zone probably for precipitation. So that's probably Central Belt, Southern Scotland, those sort of areas. I'd be shocked if we didn't have an amber weather warning somewhere as well for this. I'd be shocked if we didn't have a red in the south as well. Let's have a look at the precipitation. Yes, this is further north. Actually, not really getting into Central Belt, but obviously can't trust these. They are a bit, you know, like just wait on the day sort of thing. A bit of shower is still coming in, and then on Saturday there will be showers. So yeah, let's get back to the charts. Yeah, so actually look at that though. That actually is way windier on Sunday night than was suggested in the earlier runs. Wow, 970 millibars. It's going to in like Shetland and stuff. Wow. Yeah, and precipitation coming in as well. It's actually looking quite cold as well. Maybe a bit of snow with that in places. But yeah, Sunday into Monday looks very stormy, and then Tuesday actually looks quite windy as well. And yes, it continues. The onslaught just goes on. Not really building high pressure now with the 18Z. Just looking quite stormy actually. So yes, very stormy end, a little bit of high pressure building there, and as we get to the end of February, high pressure starts to really try, but it's obviously going to be, look at that, looking very stormy around the 4th of March. Not very often we have a stormy March. But then it can promote high pressure like it did in 2020 as well, when we had a whole lockdown of sunshine and we can't go out. But yeah, that's looking quite stormy. Fairly mild around the 4th of March as the jet stream is a little bit further north. And yes, it is looking a lot more, isn't looking that cold, but especially around 24th though is looking a lot colder actually. You know, going down to around -7, so that's another one to keep an eye on around 24th. Notice that, wow, -7.2, even colder than right now. So that's 24th of February. We have to keep an eye on. Oh my God! I swear to God, if I get delayed for another weekend to travel, I will literally go down to ScotRail and bloody punch someone. No, don't take that seriously. I wouldn't do that. But yes, anyway. Or would I? Anyway, that's it. We're just going to leave it there before I say something I regret. Yes, so actually we didn't have a look at snow row. Wow, look at that. 8 centimetres now. Wow, it's increased 8 to 10 centimetres. Okay then, they're getting more confident that more snow is coming to us then. Wow, wow, wow. Damn, if I have a look at somewhere like Livingston, that's not as bad. So it does tell me that the snow risk is further north as well, so yeah. That's definitely what it's telling us. Let's have a look at 2 metre temps. Not getting above 1 hardly getting above 1 degree today as well. But yeah, it is looking, this period here, 24th, 25th of February, is looking interesting as well. More cold zonality, digging. Very similar situation, it looks like. Have a look at sea level pressure to just confirm that. Yes, there's a little bit of a drop here. Not as much as right now. Look at that drop though, 969 going from 1,000 to there. Wow. And yes, this can obviously change, but it's looking fairly mid-pressure, I'd say, if that's even a thing. Yes. Anyway, that's going to do it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. This has been fun. We might do another one of these next week, as this 24th to 25th of February section looks interesting. But yeah, yeah, that's going to do it. 27 minutes, almost half an hour. Wow. What an interesting video this has been. Enjoy the video, please like button if you want me to keep updated with all the videos on my channel, including weather videos or music videos, and please subscribe. I've also got a gaming channel as well, which you can go and subscribe to. Link is in the description. See you later. And stay safe if you're in England, especially, and obviously stay safe if you're in Scotland with the snow that's coming tomorrow. Yay! See you later.